Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Kagurabachi chapter 111. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon, where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we can have a full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 Patreon member, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked winter anime season in full swing, in which today we covered Oshinoko. We are also covering Jujutsu Kaisen, Marusehi no Slave, Sosudo Freiren, Hell's Paradise Jikakaraku, Fire Force, Tune to the Midnight Heart, Vigilante, Boku no Hero Academia Illegals, Dead Account Medalist, and Digimon, and there's even more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So, oh my god, I am so fucking hyped for this chapter because we are getting what seems to be SAMURA'S last stand. Now, here's the thing we gotta pay attention to in terms of this fight, is because the elements that are being used in this fight, in terms of the attacks and shit, I feel like they are going to be used as part of the reforge for N10, because remember what we saw in that final spread in 110, oh my god, that totally rhymed, was how Chihiro, it was basically like an extreme close-up of Chihiro's eye, because he's taking it all in. I'm telling you, that's gonna be very, very important. So let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us today. Oh my god, I'm so hyped for this. Here we go. And this chapter is titled At the Summit. Woo! So I think this is, my guess is this is back when Samura first met Akamura. Those scars, are you Seichi Samura? Damn, he came across a very bloody scene. That's how, you know what, I wouldn't have it any other way. It feels right. And you are? Of course he just like slashed someone. Go home, he tells a bunch of civilians, he's telling a bunch of civilians. And Samura, meanwhile, his sword is drenched in blood. Yeah. He too seems to be burdened with duty. It really sucks, doesn't it? But it's exactly why people like us are the ones who have to keep holding on to these katana. Which is very true. Standing atop the corpses of these scum, we found a kind of common ground. I would have liked to seen them actually stand atop the corpses. I would have loved here, okay? I would have loved to seen like some metaphorical art here, where they're standing atop the corpses of, the people that they're killing, and kind of like give like this like positive kind of spin on it. Because remember, they're thinking what they're doing is right. But then this here, a kind of common, let me read this again. Standing atop the corpses of those scum, we found a kind of common ground. That was my first encounter with Akamura. And I'm sure that ahead of us lies days of peace. But then the war changed him. And then what you could have had, what Hokusono could have put here is, and we've seen this in, and I'm hoping if the anime, I feel like it's a matter of when more than if. When the anime happens and gets here, that we'll see Akamura, like the silhouette of Akamura, like a black silhouette of Akamura with like fire like in the background. Like that's kind of what I would have loved to see that here. Because again, we see that a lot, but still, I would have loved to seen it here. But anyways, now let's we'll get back to the present in a second. I really think we could have gotten more from this art. I do. But from what I've heard through the grapevine, and I think this is why we're not getting enough from this art, especially the art that I would like to see from this, is that Hokuzono is not exactly the fastest drawer. And it's probably, and from what people are saying, is that that's why there's not that many color pages for Kagurabachi. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's not, I don't think it's a health thing either, like with Tagashi. But man, Hokuzono, if you need more assistance or something, just get more assistance to help you, man. Seriously. Because I would really like to see some cool art for this. Or more cool art for this, excuse me, because we've been getting some nice art, but I'd love to see more. Either that or switch to bi-weekly or something. But I know I'm going to get thumbs down for saying that, but still, I can't help but think that. But anyways, now let's get back to the present here. Akamura, or not just that, but this is how Samura first met Akamura. I really wanted to see something powerful in terms of the art. Just saying. But anyways, now let's get back to this. Akamura, I'm sorry, but I have to cut you down right now. Just about everything is starting for him, aka Chihiro. I would have loved to seen a cut to that here, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so remember what I said about paying attention to the abilities of the Bagatsumi. And also for Samura's sword too, because this is going to probably come into play as part of the reforge of the N10. So let's take a look at this for Bagatsumi. The black energy of Bagatsumi boosts his vitality and allows him to almost immediately heal his wounds. But now that my black flames cancel out his black powers, he's left completely defenseless. So we're going to see that, I'm telling you, that's going to come into play for that reforge. The wounds I inflict now will remain. Let's see. Even if I do nothing, Samura-san's actions will reduce him. Ooh. Listen to this, though. Again, this is very important as well. Because there is what Samura's doing, there is a consequence. And Chihiro's going to have to keep that in mind for when during his reforge of N10, that there is a consequence. Because Samura is burning up his life force. Even if I do nothing, Samura-san's actions will reduce him to ash at any moment from now. Even if he's wounded, there's no real merit to betting on his fastest title in regards to swordsmanship. I'm sorry about this, Samura's saying here. What are you even saying? Dude, this looks great, though. Like, there's some really good stuff in these, like, really good art here. And you know what? I have to wonder what the art in the physical volumes looks like. Let me know if you have the physical volumes of Kagurabachi. Let me know how much better the art is in the comments. Even though I actually do have access to the physical volumes, I probably should look at it to see how much better the art is. I probably should. At some point I will. But until then, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Because usually that is the case where the art is improved for the physical volumes. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Let's see. Merit's worthless. A former comrade readies himself both in heart and soul. And in that case, there's only one thing to do, and that's end all of this in one singular strike. Ooh. Okay. So we got the shockwaves from both the swords. All right, striking and sending the ground trembling. I like to see that. We're seeing the ground trembling here. This looks great. And there's also that eye watching this. And then we have what's happening as the ground's trembling. The Makatsumi's decay is rotting the debris, black engulfing flames of the Tobimune, restoring it back to its origin. And as the heat rises from both swords being drawn. This is very important. Again, this is very important. This right here. Again, because this is going to be part of the reforge that Chihiro's got to keep in mind. Is the Magatsumi's decay rotting the debris, black engulfing flames of the Tobimune, restoring it back to its origin. It's kind of like the I feel like it's kind of like the circle of life, or like, yeah, kind of like the circle of life in a way. You know, after a forest fire specifically, when a fire destroys after a forest fire, there is a rebirth. That's what it kind of gives. Let me know what you guys think about that. And as heat rises from both swords being drawn, hold on a second to make sure I have the right page in front of me. Oh my god, this thing went out of order. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. So now we got the spread here. Ooh. Methinks that the top of page 7 is unfinished. Yep. Or you know what? Let me look at that line again. And as the heat rises from both swords being drawn. Okay, so maybe it isn't unfinished because this is from the heat rising. Alright, I see you, Hokuzono. Because, like, at first glance, okay, you would think this art is unfinished, as I said, because it looks like it was unfinished. But then remember, this is from the heat rising from the swords. So, yes, this makes sense. And I'm glad I'm telling you, Hokuzono must be watching my content or something, because I'm actually getting something. Oh, let me take a look at this. Woo! The fire coming off of Samura, like in the mid right, or mid center right, on page 8. Oh my god! That is sick! Oh, I love it. God, I wish we would see, like, the actual, what's the wording I'm looking for? Steam. I wish, something that I've been saying that I would love to see more is, like, Hokuzono utilizing the full page. Like, in the case of this spread, I would love to see, like, steam or vapor, like, rising up. That would be sick. And that would actually make it look like, especially the top part of this spread, for the page 7-8 spread, not look like it's unfinished at first glance. But God, this looks great. Other than that, again, that's a nitpick, but it looks good. Let's take a look at page 9 here. Ooh! Summer's about to get fucked! Ooh! War has cursed our very lives. I wasn't able to face my daughter. Chihiro was the one who lifted that curse from me. Yeah! Yes! You know what's fucked up? That cherry, that Samura is getting cut in half, but thank you! Thank you! We're not getting any Mashima and shit today! Nah! fantastic. I see. And I'm certain that your curse too will, no. It's not going to be as easy as you think it is. So it's all just starting, isn't that right? I'm sorry, but Yori, it'll take a little longer. Dude. This looks great. Seeing Samura dissolve and like from the fire to the feather. Yes! This is what I want! I would have liked it to be more feathers, but to a single feather? Oh, Iori! She sensed it. Instead of, like, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys like that it's a single feather? Or do you guys wish it was like a full flurry of feathers? Part of me is fine with it being a single feather because, like, remember, the only reason why I'm fine with it is because he used his life force and, like, basically all of his life force is burned up. If he had more life force left, then I'd be like, okay, more feathers is fine. But yeah, I think it being a single feather is fine. Shiba-san, you work fast, I see. Just about everything is starting for him, yeah. Now we're getting to more stuff here. What is the meaning behind this group's existence? What the hell? And now we're with Constant here. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Just what is? He's asking about the Kaminabi's existence. What is the meaning behind the Kaminabi's existence? To eliminate any threats to the nation. The nation are its The nation are its people, eliminating every threat targeting its residents. First, I'll make a lifelong contract with this body, and then I plan to clean up some troubling matters. Okay! I like where this is going. In the abyss of despair, those eyes of his still see. Just thinking just about everything is starting for him, aka Chihiro. That's right, I should have cut off his head to begin with. Change the center of the Kaminami to me and the Magutsumi. I have a lot of changes in mind. We are going to accomplish what couldn't be done after the war 18 years ago. In this rotting world, I shall make known the powers of the enchanted blades. All for the order! Yes! Thank you! Okay, I am down with what we're getting with Akamura. I feel like what we're getting with Akamura... Okay, because I gotta compare what's going on with Akamura kind of to what happened in Record of Ragnarok, because we finished that backstory. It's very similar, because with the Nameless God, yeah, like no one was believing about the people of Golnir. They weren't believing shit about this story, and they were starting to like treat him like shit. And that took a nasty turn. And he used that knowledge of his to find Odin's weapon and make that contract. It's kind of like with Yura in a way. Yeah, oh my god, this is very much like Record of Ragnarok, isn't it? Oh my god, it totally is. And now what Akamura is doing, Akamura is literally doing what Odin's doing. Oh my god, this is so much like Record of Ragnarok. Oh my god, this totally is. Holy shit, this freaking is. But I'm very curious what you guys think about how Samura went out. He went out like a gangsta. I am not mad at it. I just really wish that that Hokuzono would have utilized the panels a little bit more, especially for the backstory. I kind of wish the backstory of like how Samura first met Akamura was a little bit longer. I don't know why we didn't get a little bit more. Part of me is like thinking, is it a health thing, or is it just like not making the deadline? I really don't think. Part of me is like thinking, God, is it a Tagashi situation? No, it's not a Tagashi situation. It's not that bad. But seriously, Hokuzono, if you need to get more assistance, get more freaking assistance. Seriously. But man, I'm really looking forward to that reforge of N10. That's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see how he's going to do it. I really can't wait to see it, because he's going to have, like, as I said in last week's live reaction, that I think he's going to use the hilt of the N10 obviously as a base, and then with whatever remains of the Tobimune, if there's anything remaining of it at this point, or no, if the flames of the because remember he did absorb at least I think like at least one of the techniques from the Tobimune, so he could technically try and use the flames of the Tobimune that was absorbed into the N10 up in there, but I really would like to see the actual Tobimune blade being used, like being combined with the N10. I think that just like melted, and that's what I wanted to say. Being the Tobimune blade melted down and be part of that reforge. I just think that for the new N10, I think that would be really sickening, because then that way it will feel like Samura is with Chihiro. At least in my opinion, I think that would be really cool. I'm very curious what you guys think about SAMURA'S Last Stand. I thought that was bomb. The one thing I'm really glad is that Akamura is living up to his name, because we've had situations like, say, in Black Clover where Lucius did not live up to the hype. I'm really fucking pissed about that. We could have had, I'm telling you, go read Bungo Stray Dogs if you want to know what Lucius should have been like. He should have been like fucking Dostoevsky for real. Oh my god. God, I fucking love Bungo Stray Dogs. But I really am liking what we're getting with Akamura. Akamura is really he's really giving us, like, as I've been saying, like Odin a la Record of Ragnarok. That's what he's giving. He's giving us Odin tease. And I ain't mad about that. Nah, I ain't mad about it. But something else that I'm very curious about is I'm really hoping we're going to get it soon. Is I want to see Akamura's full backstory and like his connection to Chihiro, because obviously he is Chihiro's mama's sister. I want to see that backstory and like his connection to Chihiro's mama. Because I feel like that could play a role into like the end. I would love to see that as part of the N10 Reforged too. But I don't know. I don't think it will though. I don't think it will. That's asking too much. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you guys thought of this chapter. What do you guys think of, especially the metaphorical art that we got? I really wish we would have gotten more, in all honesty. But in terms of the metaphorical art that we got, I'm very happy with it. I'm really curious what role Iori's going to be playing from now on, because she's going to want to get vengeance too. She's going to wake up with fresh hatred. Iori's totally going to wake up with fresh hatred. I'd love to see her be part of this reforge as well. You know what? I'd love to see Chihiro make a sword for her too. Ooh. You know what? I wonder if she's going to use, or if that happens, I wonder if he will use the Tobimune's hilt to make her a sword. That's why I'm like, I don't want him to like, or maybe he could melt the blade, the Toby Mine's blade, and make a new sword for both of them. Something. I really would like to see that. I'd love to see something like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, what you guys would like to see, especially in terms of Yori. And if Yori gets a sword, because she is joining the path of fresh hatred. Let's be real. And what you guys want to see in terms of Chihiro's sword, in terms of the Reforge. And what do you guys think that Akamura is living up to the hype? And to my Record of Ragnarok readers, do you guys think that Akamura, especially given what he said here, especially if you're up to date with Record of Ragnarok, do you guys think that he's kind of very much giving Odin tease? To me, he really is. It really is, especially remembering what happened with that conversation between Yura and Samura. Yeah, it is definitely giving Odin down. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Kagurabachi content. Ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee, purchase something off our Amazon wish list. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.